Get ready for an unfiltered dose of reality straight from the streets. Introducing the Ask a Cop podcast on YouTube. Join Daryl Triplett, a seasoned 30-year vet, and Jeff Blair, a no-nonsense 14-year vet, as they dive deep into law enforcement. They're here to break down barriers and answer your burning questions. Curious? Visit askacop.live. Ask a Cop, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Subscribe now at askacop.live. It's time to Ask a Cop.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back once again on the Ask a Cop program. Your boy Jeff, still on assignment. God only knows where he's at. He's probably on the beach picking the crust from between his toenails or something and just telling me he's on assignment. But Jeff isn't with us this evening again. I know you guys are missing him. We're missing him too around the station here. But he's on assignment. He's got to handle business and all that other good stuff. But we have a very special guest that is actually in studio with us tonight. I'm not going to give it away right now, but trust me, it's someone very special, near and dear to me, that I don't think you guys have ever got a chance to meet. But anyway, I want to thank you all for joining in on the Ask a Cop program. Remember, the reason for this show is to ask a cop. I've been a 30-year cop. Got a lot of experience, moved and shaped in a lot of different areas and stuff like that. So if you got that burning question that you always want to know about policing or whatever, politics and policing, whatever the question may be that's law enforcement related, this is the perfect time to ask. This is the reason why we're doing this show. This is the reason why we prep all week for this show. This is the reason why we do the show for you out there. All right. Believe it or not, though, this is our 19th episode, and they have not canceled this yet. And that, my friend, is a surprise. But we're still here. Like I said, we have a very, very, very exciting show for you guys tonight. I want all of you guys to like and share this link to the Ask a Cop show. Tell your friends about it, because believe you me, I've got family, something I didn't know. I'm going to share something with you guys real quick before we get started. I received an email from a family who actually told me, and I didn't realize how powerful this show was, that actually every Thursday that we're not on the air, they actually miss us, because they actually surround their families around the table and they put our show up on the big screen and they actually watch the show with their younger kids, because we're specifically talking about issues that relate how to interact with cops, the public, kids, and stuff like that. So a lot of families out there, thank you, first off, for watching. But secondly, the more important part of this show is bringing the education to the youth. And today's in-house person that we have with us today, like I said, is going to be someone very, very, very special to us, and I would like to introduce him to the world and to this show, to the Ask a Cop show. I'm going to tell you now, he looks a little bit like me because he comes from me. My son, I want to welcome Dylan Triplett to the show.
I am Jeff.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Jeff.
You got to say it like him. I'm Jeff.
I'm Jeff today.
No, you got to say, I'm Jeff.
I'm not exactly Jeff.
Oh, but this is Dylan. This is my actual real son in real life. And he wanted to do the show with us. He watches it occasionally and he gets on and he chats with us and we talk about it after the show and stuff like that. But tell them a bit about yourself, son, real quick before we get started.
I'm a welder, and so from sun up to sundown, that's pretty much all I do, and that's about the end of my life.
Well, you know what? But people will say, well, your dad's a police officer. Why didn't you go the police officer route?
And I tell them because I'm not going to be bald. I'm not gonna cut my hair.
Oh my God! Here this kid goes here. He's not going to be bald, and he's not going to cut his hair. So, do you think that to be a police officer, you have to be bald and cut your hair?
Yeah, you gotta go through that police academy, and I'm not doing that.
Well, you're not going through the police academy because you don't want to cut your hair, or you don't want to be bald. Which one?
Both of them. Both.
Okay, so if they told you you can keep your hair, would you still go to the police academy?
Probably not.
Why?
I want to be like a pilot or something.
You want to be a pilot? I would listen. Let me tell you something. As Black people, I know some. We shouldn't say this to each other, but I would not ever, and I mean ever, go up with you in a plane 2 inches off this ground.
I'm gonna press the wrong button on purpose.
But listen, have you ever even thought about flying a plane? This is the first I'm hearing about this in front of the world. You want to be a pilot now?
Flight school.
Oh my God. All right. Well, maybe if you make it through flight school, and if you succeed in your first run off the ground, then maybe I might go up with you. I don't know, but I got 9 other ones. Look, you only got one father. You lose me, that's it. I've got 9 of you. So if you get X'd out, buddy, then I've got 9 more to go. It's 10 of y'all. So yeah, so it's I'm glad to have you, son. I love you.
To be here.
I love my son very much. Even though you will find that in some of my comedy stuff, I do talk crap about my kids, but I do love them very dearly, and they're very good kids, very, very smart and intelligent kids most of the time. So son, well, welcome to the show again. And a big part of our show is honoring the men and women in blue who has fallen in the line of duty. In other words, who've been killed in the line of duty. Let me ask you a question. Has it ever, you ever thought that, what you would do or how you would think if honestly, like I got hurt or heaven forbid, knock on wood, lost my life in the line of duty, like how would you feel? What would you do?
It never crossed my mind.
Why not?
Because you're going to kill somebody before they kill you.
You better know that right there. You better hear that loud and clear. Mm-hmm. If they got me, you could best believe I got someone neck on the way out too. So you could believe that one. If they got your daddy, then you could best believe your daddy taking somebody with him. But this is the time of the show to where we have to pay respects to our fallen comrade here. And this next young man that is coming up has paid the ultimate sacrifice. So as usual, we're going to give 1 minute of silence out of respect to this hero who's given his life for this country so that we could be safe and walk around and still talk crap about the police and stuff like that. So starting right now, we'll do 1 minute of silence. Okay, so as always, like I said, folks, we're going to always pay tribute to our fallen comrades. Now, the reality of this job is that, come in a little closer to me, son. The reality of this job is that that very well could be your pops. Hey, how y'all doing? How you doing? I see y'all coming on in here. Everybody like and subscribe and share the link. Hey, how y'all doing? Wait a minute, is Lucy on here? Wait a minute. What do we got here? What do we got here? Our producer is going to be controlling the screens here. So, producer, each of these you're going to have to bring up because I'm looking far away, so I can't really see the screen. Huh? No. You can still bring them up on the screen, though. Yeah, you can still bring them up on the screen. So, as usual, real quick, people, before we get into this, we got a nice, good show for y'all today. Jeff's out in case you guys are just getting on and all that other good stuff. He's out on assignment still. But let's see, what does that say? Be nice to your dad. He's my favorite cop. Lucy said, see that? You better be nice to me.
He'll give you a ticket.
I would not. Now, first off, I haven't given out a ticket in a very long time.
I did a ride along with him. He'll give you a ticket.
I won't give Lucy a ticket.
Yeah, you would. You'll probably tase Lucy.
I will not tase Lucy. Absolutely, positively not. You will find out, Lucy, that my son has a very sarcastic humor like his father.
I'll probably be the one pulling you off of Lucy.
No, absolutely not. Not Lucy's our biggest fan of the show, not Lucy. Now, if I went back to the street, I don't know. I wouldn't even want to go back to the street right now. I don't even want to go back to the street right now because it's so crazy out there, son, and what you're about to see in this. And I'm glad you said that, actually, because what you're about to see in this segment that we're doing, the name of the show is Bridging the Gap Between Police and the Political Divide. So we're going to be talking about a couple different things. We got to take a quick commercial break to pay some bills, but we're going to be talking about a couple things. And one of the videos that we're about to see today is going to be so incredible to where when I say that you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, this is one of these times right here. So I want you guys to like, subscribe, share the channel. Everybody share, like, and share the channel real quick. We're going to take a quick station break, a quick commercial. Don't touch, click that mouse. We're going to be right back, and give it up for Mr. Ed Tallman, who supports the show and writes his checks to keep the show going. Tallman Pools coming up to you right now.
With over 50 years of experience and a perfected 100% American-made manufacturing process, Tallman Pools sets the standard for excellence in fiberglass pools, spas, and tanning ledges. That's right, our pools aren't just pools, they're works of art. Meticulously crafted to bring beauty, relaxation, and endless enjoyment to your backyard. And when it comes to quality, Tallman Pools doesn't cut corners. Ready to take the plunge? Contact Tallman Pools today at 770-478-2257 or shoot us an email at contactus@tallmanpools.com. Visit us at 8993 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia 30236. Tallman Pools, where luxury meets craftsmanship.
That's right. Okay, folks, we're back. Thank you all. I see everybody's getting in there. I see everybody's getting into the groove, all this other good stuff. We're up to, we're about 427 people on our live stream right now. So everybody, please continue to like and share that link. And Ramsey said, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Ramsey? Ramsey, this is my son, Dylan, here. He's sitting in for Jeff this week because Jeff is still out on assignment right there. And so on this topic, when we're talking about bridging the gap between police and politics and stuff like that, I was like, you know what? Why not have my son on with me to discuss these things? Because he's a young man, African-American man. I mean, he's got the whole peripheral, long dreads, the whole thing that looks just like, you know, what you would think a young youth would look today. So why not have him on with us right there? He's not better looking than his dad, but he's certainly close to it.
That's arguable.
That's arguable? Okay, so we are going to now go into the favorite part of my thing of the show is the trivia questions right now. And on the trivia questions, you guys already know the winner of the trivia questions get a Ask a Cop t-shirt. Stand by, son. Ask a Cop t-shirt right here. All right. The winner of the contest, and we have a good one for you today. Okay. All right. So, do you want to help me read some of these, son, or you want me to read them all? Jesus
Does it
Christ.
require more than a third grade reading level?
Then you better read it then, huh?
Mm-hmm. All of it.
Okay. All right. Our first trivia question. I'll read one and you read one. How about that? Is that fair? Okay. All right. Okay. I'll read one and you read one. Okay. First one is, what is the purpose of a canine unit in law enforcement? A, to apprehend suspect. What? Oh, snap. Hold on a minute, y'all. I'm tripping.
It's that one. Nope.
Yep, I see it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I had it all mixed up. My bad. Okay. What is the Miranda warnings and when is it required? And this is an important one because we've talked about this. Now, yes, we have fun on the show. We crack up, we laugh, we do all this other stuff. But this is important crap that you need to know when you're interacting with the cop. Last week we talked about, or no, it wasn't. It was 2 shows ago. We talked about the Miranda warnings, when they should be given. So, what is the Miranda warning, and when is it required? A, after every arrest. B, during questioning after an arrest. C, when issuing a traffic citation. Which one do you think? Oh, someone said A, someone said A and B. Someone said B. Okay, which one do you think?
I think it's B.
You think it's B? Why? Someone said all of the above? Oh, the producer said all of the above. Okay. All right, I'm going to read it one more time for my sports fans out there. All right, this is important. This is about your Miranda warnings. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right not to answer questions unless an attorney is
I'm gonna change
present.
I'm gonna change my answer. It's A.
It's A. Okay. All right. You want to change it? That's fine. You have a right not to ask any accusatory questioning, all that other stuff. So when do we have to read you your rights? You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court of law. Blah 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 blah. Right? When is that? A, after every arrest. So when you get arrested, you got to have your Miranda rights read to you. B, during questioning after an arrest. C, when issuing a citation.
No, it's B. I'm changing. I'm going back to B.
Jesus Christ, son.
I think it's B.
Okay, you say B. Mm-hmm. Okay, producer, you say all of the above. All right, what is our good people on here saying? Bring up some of them.
They're saying B.
Most of them are saying B. Ramsey's saying B. Lucy said A and B. First she said A, then she said A and B. You can only pick one. Okay. All right. So the correct answer is the correct answer is B. You have to be read your Miranda rights during questioning after an arrest. So if you remember 2 weeks ago, we had the situation where producer hit camera 2 real quick. We had the situation where the cop knocks on the door. They open the door and the child hands the cop a bag of drugs. If y'all remember that segment. And then the mom is standing there, but the cop now is stuck like, what the hell just happened, right? So they start questioning this mother about these bag of drugs, right? Well, the only problem is they ended up arresting this woman, and then they had to go back and do the whole interviewing thing again because they did not read her Miranda rights. Go back to number 3. So, yes, your Miranda warnings is very, very, very important. I have to read them to you if I'm going to ask you accusatory questioning after an arrest. Only after an arrest. So, what does that mean? If I tell you, okay, I walk up to your car, hold on a second, Westbag. I know y'all want to get to the questions, but this is important because a lot of people get stopped and they don't know about the Miranda warnings and when you should be read your Miranda warnings and stuff like that. You walk up to the car, you see a bag of dope there, right? Do I have to give you Miranda warnings if it's in plain sight? Or can I just snatch you up, arrest you, whatever, right? So technically, I could tell you to get out the car, I can arrest you, bam, bam, bam. As long as I don't ask you any accusatory questioning, like where did you get the marijuana from, whose marijuana is this, all this other stuff, I don't have to read your Miranda warnings. Only when I'm asking you accusatory questioning. So that's why I love this trivia question, because it's a little tricky, because people say, oh my God, they arrested me for ABC, but they didn't read me my rights, I'm getting off. No. Not unless the arresting officer asks you accusatory questioning. He doesn't have to necessarily read you your Miranda warnings. What he has to do is, if he's asking you questions, then he has to read it, okay? All right. Okie dokie. So, all right. So we're going to go on to the next one. You want to read the next one? Oh, shit. Yeah, Ramsey is the winner. Ramsey, number B. All right, my man. You already know. Stay on. Make sure that I don't ever get no requests from you, Ramsey, for the t-shirts and stuff like that when you win. So make sure you send us the email afterwards, man, so we can give you your shirt and stuff like that. We want to give them to you. All right. Okay. So go ahead and read the next one there.
The stage is mine.
The stage is yours, son.
What is the difference between a felony and a misdemeanor? A felony is more severe than a misdemeanor. B, a felony involves violence while a misdemeanor does not. C, a felony is punishable only by fines. Which answer do you think is correct? Now,
that's a good one. Which one do you guys think is the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony? Now, this one I want to see. I want to see this one, because this one is a little tricky. All right. What's the difference between a misdemeanor and a felony? A felony is more severe than a misdemeanor. A felony involves violence while a misdemeanor does not. Or a felony is punishable only by a fine. Someone says A. Okay. Lucy says A. All right. We got one A in. West Mag, where you at? I need some more. Which one, guys? Which one do you think, son?
I think it's A.
You think it's A?
Yeah, I'm going to tag along with Lucy here.
Okay. All right. So you don't think a felony involves violence?
You asked me what I think.
Yep. So you said A.
Yes.
Okay, but so you don't. Okay. All right. Someone says B. Okay. The B is a felony involves violence while a misdemeanor does not. Okay. Anybody else? This is going to be a good one right here. Correct answer. Don't be looking up at the answer sheet, though. That's right. She's talking to you, son. Don't be looking at the cheat sheet over here, son.
I'm not.
Okay. All right. So the correct answer is A. The correct answer is A. A felony is more severe than a misdemeanor. Now, that's correct. And the reason why I wanted that on there is because I was trying to trip you guys up with B, because a felony involves violence, which most people think of felonies as violence. You grabbing someone, hitting them, doing this to them, and all this other stuff, while a misdemeanor does not. Can a misdemeanor be violent?
Probably, yeah.
Absolutely. Can you smack someone in the face real hard? That would be considered. Oh, someone said C, someone said B. I got you now. Y'all coming in. Yeah, that could be considered a simple assault. Can you push someone? Is that violent? If I push you, that's violent, right? So that could be a misdemeanor assault right there. So no, that wouldn't do that one, because a felon just doesn't have to involve violence. Let me ask you a question.
What's battery?
So you got different types of battery. You got aggravated battery, simple battery. What kind of battery are you talking about? Are you talking about if I take my fist and bam, hit you in the face with it, right? Or do I take something, throw at you and hit it and stuff like that, right? Aggravated battery is going to be if it could cause serious physical damage to you, serious physical harm. It's going to be aggravated in nature, right? If it has a likelihood to cause damage or, permanent disfigurement, cutting, stuff like that, that's usually going to be the aggravated and stuff like that. When you're talking about your misdemeanors and stuff like that, that's usually considered your slapping, all that other good stuff. All right. So the correct answer to that, yes, a felony, and I'll tell you an easy way to sort of remember this versus felony and misdemeanor. Now, this is how I remembered it, folks. A misdemeanor is punishable up to 1 year in jail. A felony is anything after a year or more punishable in jail. Okay, that's the difference in the threshold there. And monetarily wise, so if you catch a shoplifter, let's say you wouldn't do this, but you better not do this. You'll get a whooping. If you go to Walmart and you steal, and let's say it comes up to $499.99. What do you think that's a felony or a misdemeanor? $499.99.
A misdemeanor. Don't they only come after you if it's like 1,000?
Right. No, it's very good. It's $500. Okay. Anything $500 more in the state of Georgia is considered a felony. So another way to tell is that if the damage comes more than $500 or excess, it's a felony. So if you go somewhere and you shoplift a bunch of clothes and all that other good stuff, it's a felony. What does that say, son?
I'll go test that and I'll let you know.
Lucy, don't you do it. Please don't you do it. We don't want to come bail you out. Please don't do it. But yeah, so the general thing is, Luce, is that if it's $500 or below, it's a misdemeanor. $500 or more, it's a felony. All right? Hold on. Okay. It's my turn, right?
Yep.
Huh? Okay. Wait a minute. What is this one now? Hold on. Okay, go on to the next one. Felony or misdemeanor. Go on to your next slide. Oh, what does Lucy say? Hey, okay, Lucy, you already know what to do. You've played this 100 times. So be sure to email me after the show or email the info@askacop.live and with your shirt size and where you want mail to. Okay, next slide is my turn. Okay, what is the purpose of a canine unit in law enforcement? A, to apprehend suspects. It's probably a good one. B, to detect drugs, explosives, or missing persons. That's a good one also. C, to provide emotional support for officers. Which one do you think is correct, folks? Which one do y'all think is correct?
It's B, and our producer is not that smart.
You think it's B?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll read it one more time. What's the purpose of our canine unit in law enforcement? To apprehend suspects, to detect drugs, explosives, or missing persons. B, or C, to provide emotional support for officers. Okay. Someone says A. Someone says A and B.
Wait,
someone says C. Someone says B.
It can only be one, right?
It can only be one. Generally, it can only be one. It can only be one generally. All right. Because then we would have something for A and B on here. All right. So what's the purpose of the K9 unit? And someone says B. Someone says C. Luce says A and B. Westmag says A. Westmag says A again. Okay. Okay. Drum roll, please. The correct answer is B. Who's our winner, producer? Who's our winner? Someone else just said B. Who's our winner?
Who said B first?
Who said B first? Cash Cow. Why is that bigger? Lil Tech.
I think Lil Tech said it first.
Lil Tech did say it first. It's right there. Lil Tech. Okay. All right. Lil Tech is the winner of that round. Okay, so as usual, the winner of these rounds gets a free t-shirt. We will definitely, on the next slide that he's about to put up, is going to tell you how to collect your prizes. And he's going to tell you, there it is right there, info@askacop. Email us your t-shirt size, email us where you want it sent to, all that other good stuff. we'll get it out to you. We're slowly starting to get these t-shirts in now, which I'm pretty freaking happy about. So what you think about the show so far, son?
It is a show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We are here.
We are here. Do you like it? I mean, do you think it's informative and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Do you see why people would watch it? Do you see the importance of it? Do you see why people would sit down with their families, with their children? If you had kids, if you gave me a grandkid, if you cared about giving me a grandkid,
maybe one
if
day.
you found someone to possibly care about giving me a grandkid, maybe one day you would sit down with my grandson or daughter and you could possibly watch this show. And you could say, look at your grandpop up there teaching all this good stuff to everybody who wants to learn all this stuff about police behavior and why police do such and such and such and such. But that'll never happen because he'll never give me a grandson or daughter. Okay? So y'all get him on the roll here. Okay. Okay, what's next here, producer? What do we got next on the screen here? Oh, yes, we got something we have a video coming up. Now, okay, we got to get serious for just a second here. Y'all crazy. Oh, now you're going to know what did Lucy say? What did Lucy say? Ah! Well, how we gonna get it to you, Luce? How we gonna get it to you? Trust me, we ain't bad guys around here. We're cops, for God's sakes. But yeah, so
somebody said repeat the question. Repent the question.
What?
I think they meant to say repeat.
Repeat the question. The question's over with. Which question about the K9 unit? The K9 unit, that's gone. That's gone. It's a sweet memory right now, folks. All right. It was asked what the K9 unit was for.
The answer was B.
The correct answer was B. It's used to sniff out for drugs, to sniff out for missing people and stuff like that. And then also the K9 unit is not necessarily, we do have K9 units that do bite, but that's not their primary job. We use them for tracking purposes. We use them for drug detection. And more importantly, bomb detection also. So the president comes to town, you're going to see the drug dogs out, missing little girls and little boys and stuff like that. You're going to see the drug dogs or the dogs out on an article search and stuff like that. Those are what the dog's primary things for. Yeah, we do a car chase, a suspect runs from us or something like that. Do we deploy the dog on? Yeah, damn skippy we do. Do they bite sometimes? Yes, we have dogs for that also. But generally, as a general rule of thumb, therefore, article searches, detecting drugs, bombs, stuff like that. Okay. So what I want to talk to you guys about now, something very, very important, is we have a video that I'm going to show you. Some of you may have seen it. This video is very disturbing. I'll tell you that now. I will tell you that right now. It's going to be very disturbing. I don't know what you guys will think about this video, but it's something. We don't just talk about the easy stuff on the Ask a Cop show. We can't just talk about the easy stuff, and I can't sugarcoat it for you. See, if that's the case, then what are we even doing the show for, right? So I can't sugarcoat it to you. I got to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Why do I do that? Because it makes me trust you, and it makes you trust me that I'm going to give you the correct information, unfiltered, good, bad, or an ugly. So in this next video that we're going to watch, it's going to happen relatively quick. You guys may have seen it on the news, and it's something that is it breaks my heart with this one because it happened so fast that I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I don't know. This shooting happened so fast. It's about a shooting and someone dies in it, but it happens like this. But let's go ahead and get into the video and let's just see what
Lucy said.
Wait, hold on. What did Lucy say? Bring Lucy up. What did Lucy say, son?
I'll tune in for the good and bad. It's a loyal.
Oh, yeah. I told you, Lucy's my girl. I love Lucy to death. That's my girl right there. Thank you. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you. Yes. But this is why we do this. And Lucy knows, and the other members of the show know that we ain't just, if we're wrong as police, then we just damn wrong. If we're right as police, then we're just damn right. And it's just what it is. It is what it is. But on this one, I am split down the middle because it's just, oh my God, because it's a 911 call. And it's one of those calls where it's bam, 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 bam. And it just happens. Go ahead and roll.
Wait, real quick, somebody asked how's Jeff's baby.
Oh, the baby's good. That's part of the reason why he can't make it here sometime. Some things is on daddy duty. All right. But yeah, he's doing good, just fine. He's just got other assignments that he's on right now, stuff like that. And we perfectly understand on the show. We may have to fire his ass and find someone else, but I'm Jeff. But yeah, the baby's good. Baby is perfect. Baby's good. Beautiful little baby. So they're doing really well. Okay. So go ahead and roll the video here. I hate this video.
Graphic and disturbing body cam video
just released showing a deadly police shooting by Las Vegas police following a 911 call for help. In this video, you see police shoot and kill a man who they later learn is the man who owns the home and is the one who called 911 for help.
43-year-old Brandon Durham told 911 that someone was breaking into his home and he was hiding in the bathroom. That police body cam video showing police arriving at his Henderson, Nevada home.
Okay, so real quick, guys, I'm not going to pause it very much, but you got to understand, when you respond to these hot calls, you got to listen for clothing description. This officer got it wrong, but clothing description is very important. Okay, clothing description, they said all red. Go ahead with it. Go ahead.
When officers arrived, they noticed damaged cars in the driveway and windows broken in the house.
Officers move quickly down a long hallway and turning a corner, the lead officer sees two people struggling in a bedroom doorway, both holding onto a knife. The officer then opens fire on the person on the right, who turned out to be the homeowner who called 911 for help. After Brandon Durham, a local realtor, falls to the floor of the bedroom, the officer shoots him 5 more times. The other person in the red beanie has been identified as 31-year-old Alexander Boudreau, now under arrest and facing numerous charges. Police recovering 2 large knives at the scene. The motive for the break-in, not known. An internal affairs investigation into the officer's actions now underway.
Well, there you have it, folks. There you have it. What do you think?
I'm going to let you go first.
I'm going to tell you this here. I've been in situations to where just like that, you're getting moment by moment descriptions of home invasions and stuff like that. And I don't want to play hindsight 2020 or anything like that, but it is very important to know this, is that when they are given out the descriptions, suspect information and stuff like that, it is incumbent upon the officer to make sure that that clothing description is taken into high priority consideration. Clothing description, what the guy has on, all this other good stuff of who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, because they clearly said in the 911 call that the bad guy was in all red with the face mask on and stuff like that. In the heat of the battle, what this officer did was looked at just weapons, and both of them had knives. I don't know how you determine if both of them had knives, which one to damn shoot, right? I'm just saying for me that I would not have taken the shot. It's too close to call, because if I don't know, if I'm having a fog moment and target accusation is not clear to me as a police officer, I'm not taking the shot. Now, I could be wrong on that, because he could slice this guy's throat, and then now I'm left dealing with the the bad guy sliced the homeowner's throat, or the homeowner sliced the bad guy's throat. But what's in the equation is I don't know. So if I don't know who the good guy or the bad guy is, Daryl Triplett, I can't shoot in good conscience, right? I have to resort to other things, pepper spray, taser, something other than shooting. But this officer, for some reason, they gave him a clothing description and he still got it wrong. What do you think?
I'm gonna put this one on the cop just for that reason right there. I know it's hard to judge, but you got to pay attention.
So he shoots, and my folks out there, I want to hear y'all's opinion too.
Yeah,
Which one?
Lucy.
Bring Lucy up. What does Lucy say?
She said the 5 times after was excessive.
Well, that's why I love Lucy. That girl don't lie. Now that was excessive. That was excessive, because here's my thing. Even if, excuse me, even if you thought the guy on the right was the bad guy and you shot him, and once he went down, I mean, why are you still shooting this cat? I don't understand why, not unless, is he trying to still cut this guy or something? But it didn't look like that in the video, right? But the 5 times standing over him doing what we call a back dump is excessive to me. And I'm sorry, it just is what it is. So you shoot to neutralize the threat. So you get there and these guys are holding knives to each other's neck. You shoot one goes down, and then you go up to this guy and you shoot him 5 more times is a bit overkill to me. Who else? What else has what did who else says what now?
Somebody asked Lucy a question. And also the homeowner was in comfortable clothes.
Well, that's another one. Dylan brings up a good point. The homeowner, you could clearly see this dude's butthole, not butthole naked, but he was naked like he'd been asleep. So again, I don't know where the reasoning comes from of you shooting that guy. Even if the cop says, what happens, people, what I'm about to give you happens. The cop says, I was aiming for the bad guy, but shot the good guy. That wouldn't make sense, because then you stood over this guy and emptied 5 more freaking rounds in him. So I don't understand that. Lucy said what now?
It didn't have to be a fatal shot. And then somebody else said,
right. Well, okay. So I want to talk about, bring Lucy back up for just a second. I want to talk about something she said. Because generally, we're taught to shoot in the torso here, right? The biggest part of the body that has the most meat, flesh, bones, all that other good stuff. Because if you shoot someone in the leg, it goes to the leg and it goes to the wall and it shoots a mother breastfeeding the kid over there, you're liable for that, right? But on this, Lucy, if you had to take a shot, this is a tough one, because we're not taught to shoot in the leg. We're not taught to give flesh wounds and stuff like that. We're taught to shoot the middle part, the preferred area of the target, which is the middle part of the body. But I wish this officer would have maybe taken an arm shot or a leg shot or something like that to not kill this guy. But the fact of, and I'm sorry, I just got to be honest, to stand over this guy and dump 5 more rounds in him and plug him 5 more times. Come on, man. Come on. Go on to the next one there. What did someone else say? What does that say, son?
All those bad folks like to be causing issues. I'm fed up, man.
Well, I mean, are you talking about bad folks like cops or bad folks like the guy who broke into his house? Which bad folk are you talking about? Because
like he's talking about the home invader.
He's talking about, you think he's talking about the home invader. Who is that? Sholey Coin. Hey, let me know who you talking about. Are you talking about from the policing standpoint of it, or are you talking about from the homeowners, the homeowner having someone break into his house? Because think about it, that could be any of us, right? At 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, what was told to me was that later on in the investigation that the two people knew each other and that the cops criminally trespassed the guy who broke into the house a couple of weeks ago. So they knew each other, but still, that don't give you no damn reason to break in my damn home at 3 o'clock in no damn morning either. All right? So, and that was my next thing is that how did this guy get in? Because the door wasn't kicked in because the police had to kick the door to get in. So how did this guy get in? Did you let him in? Did you, what? So those are some of the things that they're going to have to sort of figure out in investigation. But I'm talking about as far as someone breaks in your home at 3 o'clock in the morning, you call the police, you say, hey, I'm in my night clothes. I'm hiding in my closet. The guy who's breaking in is all red with a face mask on. Okay.
No, you can't mess that up.
I don't know how you messed this up.
Lucy said,
bring Lucy up. What'd she say?
As a nurse, I see the aftermath. I know it's a hard call and they don't have time to think.
Right. It is a hard call. And that's why I said at the beginning of this, I'm 50-50 on it. But, I mean, what do you freaking do? You shot the wrong person, for God's sakes. You shot the homeowner. Now, okay. So, all right. So,
wait, think about if he did shoot red, then he shot the right guy, but he still did the 5 shots afterwards. Would it still be a different story? Or
it would be a little bit different story to me. Like, okay, you're making sure the bad guy's down, right? I still wouldn't have shot him 5 extra times afterwards. I would have shot him till he was down on the ground or that knife was away from the rightful homeowner who I thought. But I wouldn't have magged up him. Now, let's talk about this real quick, and then we'll move on because I know this is a hot topic that's out right now. So let's talk about the law. What does the law say this officer can do? So if y'all remember, several segments ago, we talked about deadly force, right? So what they have to judge this officer on is what the law says, right? So we know what the 911 says. The burglar is in all red. The homeowner had a knife to this guy's neck also. The burglar, or what we think is a burglar, I assume had a knife to the homeowner's neck. So now you're faced with what the fuck? A situation. Now, what does the law say that you need in order to be justified in using deadly force? I know you want to take a stab at it, son? Ability, opportunity, jeopardy. All right. Does the suspect have the ability? Okay. Yes, he has. But here's the trigger to this one, guys, is that the homeowner has the ability and the suspect has the fucking ability. Okay. Ability, opportunity. The homeowner's there and the suspect is there. Jeopardy. The homeowner's got a knife to his neck. The bad guy's got a knife to the fucking homeowner's neck. So both of them have jeopardy. So technically, is this officer justified in using deadly force?
No.
You don't think so?
Look, I was taught I think in middle school to follow simpler directions. If they say he's in red, shoot red.
Okay. All right. There's a ton of things that can go wrong with that.
Unless the suspect took the red off and then,
or maybe it's the suspect that's calling in and saying this, or maybe it's the other person calling in saying the other person's in red. Who knows, right? What we got to judge by is a split-second decision that this officer is making of reasonable cause. So I don't know, y'all. This is a tough one for me because would I have shot? I don't know. I've been in situations like that before, and I've holstered. And I tell you what I would have done. I would have maced both of them. Now, it's hard for anybody to cut and fight anything both of y'all maced. So I'm sorry if the homeowner gets a little mace on them, but that beats dead any day of the week. That beats dead. So.
But people can go trigger happy. He could have just straight up cut his throat.
Well, and the producer says another thing. He could have just cut the guy's throat. And then you would have still been on the hook because you didn't shoot soon enough. So that's why I say, people, it's not as cut and dry as people may say, because you're a real live human being standing there having to make life or death decisions on this. What would you have done?
Shot red.
You would have shot red.
First time I seen red, I shot it so quick.
You would have shot red.
Yeah, pulled the trigger.
Okay.
And the other guy did have on night clothes, so I'll put that together pretty quick in my head.
I mean, I would have thought that a reasonable officer would have put that together in his head pretty quickly too, and that would have been a good shoot, right? That would have been a good shoot. That would have been a perfect shoot because you shot the right person. By law standards, I hate to say this, and it's going to sound bad, folks, it's still a good shoot. By law standards, because the homeowner had the ability, opportunity, and jeopardy too. He could have sliced his throat also. It's crazy, I know. But that's what the law says. This is a rare situation where you have both the perp and the victim that's got weapons at each other's throat. So the law doesn't say just because the person's got on red or he's got on night clothes that makes him good and him bad. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's the actual circumstances, what is happening with this. What I wish would have happened was the first time the homeowner heard police, he would have dropped the knife. I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. It's crazy. This is a crazy one right here. Because that officer knows that, hey, I just see two guys fighting. One of them's got a knife, and it's happening quick. And you hear him say, the officer says, hands off the knife. And then bam. And then he I guess, I don't know if he walks up to him or shoots him 5 more times. Bam, 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 on the ground. But once I heard bam, and this guy falls to the ground.
At least if you shoot both of them, you're at least 50% right.
You would have shot both of them?
I'm thinking about it. Because then at least you get the bad guy.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this is just so crazy. Because one of them was a good guy. One of them's the homeowner, we know. Now, I would presume the one in the fucking pajamas with no shirt on is probably going to be the homeowner because on 911 it said the bad guy's in red. But where I have a problem with is the mag dump. I have a problem with the mag dump of, okay, you shoot this guy one time. Let's say you really think this is the guy. You shoot this guy. He goes down. I don't understand the 5 other shots.
Maybe 4. Wait, so 6?
Right. He shoots him 5 more of the times.
Oh.
Bam, 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 bam. So he shoots him once, bam, and then bam, 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 bam.
Those are questions.
He shoots right. So I don't understand the 5 other shots. And I'm just being honest, guys. And for my cops out there, I know how it is. You're tunnel vision, you're scared shitless, blah, 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 blah. Maybe the first shot killed this guy. And we don't know that for sure. That's going to be for the coroner's report and stuff like that. But you know, maybe the officer wanted to make sure he was down. I don't know, but I don't understand. I think it's a little bit of overkill with the 5 extra shots. Just that simple.
I wonder how quickly he realized his mistake.
I don't know. That's a good question. And then think about having to live with that for the rest of your life, that you shot an innocent man and killed an innocent man. That would be detrimental to your mental psyche right there. So this cop is going to have to live with that for the rest of his life. And this guy's going to be dead the rest of his life. And this is a very unfortunate situation. That's the reason why I say when you dial 911, the best thing to do is, if you got to dial 911, you got to dial 911. For God's sakes, make sure you don't have a weapon in your hand when the cops arrive. Drop that weapon, grab his weapon with two hands and hold on to it. You could still get shot. But I mean, I don't know. But it's very difficult because it's a very scary situation, because you heard the officers even say that when what did Lucy say again?
I have to get ready for work. Good. I'll see you next live.
Okay. All right, Lucy. Thank you. Let's see, what time is it? I know we got to move on here. Okay. All right. So that's a very critical point right there when you're talking about this. So, I got to be honest. I like to break things down. I like to talk about them. Do I think the officer was just, do I think this is a racial thing? No, I don't think it was a racial thing. Both of them were black. The officer, I think, was white. I don't think it had anything to do with race or anything like that. I think bad judgment played a part in this. But, again, this is unfolding very, very quick. So this is going to bring us to our next topic, bridging the police and the political divide also. All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to thank Tom and Pools for sponsoring the show. And then we're going to be right back, and we're going to jump into today's topic real quick. All right, thank you.
With over 50 years of experience and a perfected 100% American-made manufacturing process, Tallman Pool sets the standard for excellence in fiberglass pools, spas, and tanning ledges. That's right, our pools aren't just pools, they're works of art. Meticulously crafted to bring beauty, relaxation, and endless enjoyment to your backyard. And when it comes to quality, Tallman Pools doesn't cut corners. Ready to take the plunge? Contact Tallman Pools today at 770-478-2257 or shoot us an email at contactus@tallmanpools.com. Visit us at 8993 Tara Boulevard, Jonesboro, Georgia 30236. Tallman Pools, where luxury meets craftsmanship.
Okay, folks, this is your boy Daryl Triplett. I'm here with my son Dylan Triplett right here. Man, great conversation. I'm glad to have my son on. And this is great to even, talk from parent to child and child. Well, he's not a child, but parent to child, child to parent, because he's going to always be my child, I guess. And to get this type of dialogue, to see how the young mind thinks and stuff like that, very, very important. We're going to move to something else, bridging the police and political divide. This slide that's coming up is so freaking funny. I couldn't believe it. This is a real photo of something that really happened. I think it was in Wisconsin somewhere. I don't remember where it happened at, but please, without further reservation or hesitation, please break up this next slide. Lol. Is that Biden with a Trump hat on? Oh my God. Yes, it is. How could that be?
Double hat.
And he supports him.
A Democratic president, a Democratic sitting president with the Biden hat on. So apparently they were at a fire station somewhere, and the guy that's sitting there, that's to his right there, asked the president to autograph his presidential hat. And then the guy was joking with Biden and said, hey, he had a Trump hat on. The guy says, hey, let's switch hat. And so the president autographed his blue hat that the guy has on there and gave the president of the United States a Trump hat, President-elect Trump hat, and said, you put it on. And Biden goes, no, I don't think so. And everybody starts cheering. And then Biden puts the hat on, for Christ's sake. I cannot believe that. When I seen this here, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Biden voted for Trump. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm not going to say, I don't know if the man voted for Trump. Nah, but guess what? He certainly has a Trump hat on there. Even if for 2 seconds, Biden, you did it, you little rascal. Got Kamala all pumped up thinking she's going to be the next president of the United States. You went in that voting box and you hit freaking Trump, didn't you? Didn't you? All of these celebrities. It's crazy. But I'm going to tell you something. As crazy as this picture is, I don't understand how Harris thought that you're going to have all these millionaire celebrities vote for you, and you're talking about raising their taxes. Was that smart?
No, probably not.
That was not a smart move, I don't think. But anyway, they seen that. They want to throw that in there. I thought that was a little bit of a humor there or whatever. So we're going to get into our next slides there. But yeah, Biden is clearly wearing a Trump hat. That is not Photoshop. That really happened. You can Google it and see right there. So our next one, we're going to go on and get into our slides here. Real quick, we have to do an educational portion to this thing here right now. We have a couple of thousand people on. How many people is that? 3,404 people that are on right now. And we're going to go on to our slide of today, which is going to be, hold on, let me get this set up right here. Put our chat on, and we're going to do our chat overlay here. And there we have it. Okay. So let's get into this now. Bridging the police and the political gap. We're going to move through this rather quickly because I know we spent a lot of time talking about other stuff, and I love talking to you guys, and thank you guys for holding in with us. You guys like to subscribe to the link. Okay. All right. Number one, the current landscape. Statistics on political polarization and the mistrust in institutions. Now, what you're going to see on this slide to the right is over time since 2000 to 2004 of how much the public's trust has decreased or increased in not trusting the government. So you can see in 2020, it was at between 20 and 40, about 30. And as you can see, the steady incline. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that incline is?
Let me look at it.
Uh-huh.
I had it all in the light. I couldn't see anything.
Oh, God, this kid here has a freaking choke here, right here. Why do you think the current incline for not trusting the government and the police is so?
Media.
Media is one of them. The police shootings, shooting unarmed people of color, the mistrust of the police lying, stealing, cheating, government prosecuting people for political purposes and motivation, and all that other good stuff. That's the reason why it's gone up. People don't trust our government. People don't trust the police. People don't trust your politicians and stuff like that for good reason, right? So we got to think as politicians, as government officials, as people, just be a general good person and do the right thing when you think no one's looking, and you'll be just fine. That's my model. I've always taught you guys that. Do the right thing when no one's looking, and then you won't ever have to worry about if they're looking or not, right? But as you can see with this graphic chart here, more and more and more people started not trusting us as the years goes on. And that's just from 2000. Where's that from? Just from 2000. So that's about 24 years ago, right? So over the last 24 years, it shot up and then also another thing you got to think it shot up because people have proof now, right? They got body camera footage, body camera footage, and you got people recording the officers now of their wrongdoings and stuff like that. It's a different world, different time, and people. All right, with the political landscape that's changing, all right, I'm telling you now, I should have ran for president. Y'all see my presidential seal right here. I love that presidential seal. I'm thinking about keeping it.
We still got that BS bill. And somebody.
It's not there anymore. It's not there anymore.
Oh, the BS bell is gone.
Oh,
Sorry about your luck, son. The BS bell is gone. One day I'm going to run for president. Okay, all right, let's go on to slide 2. You want to read slide 2, and I'll read slide 3 on the back.
Okay, slide 2. Key issues, driving division. You want me to read the focus topics?
Yeah, that's fine.
Focus topics. Transgender rights and education reform. Economic politics, including no tax on overtime. Election integrity and justice reform.
Okay, so let's talk about that for just a second, because this is important. This is why a lot of y'all voted for Trump. A lot of y'all secretly, y'all wore Kamala Harris t-shirts, but when y'all got in that damn booth, guess what? That damn blue started turning red. A lot of y'all hit that damn Trump button in there. All right, I know I did. I'm not gonna lie to you people. I told y'all straight up she wasn't it. So let's talk about this for a second. Transgender rights and education reform. So I've always said, you could be a man and be a woman if you think. You could be a woman, you could be a man. You could dress up like Daffy Duck and call yourself Daffy Duck for all I care, right? My whole thing is, don't drag me into your madness, right? Don't drag me into what you believe. So what I believe, and I'm entitled to my opinion, is my opinion. And if you think you're a man and you really a woman and want to be a woman, have at it. That's on you. But don't drag me into your madness. And don't expect me to put my children or my grandchildren at risk because you believe a certain way.
Real.
I've got little granddaughters. What'd you say?
I said real.
Right.
Yeah, grandson too.
And we got, well, yeah, granddaughters, grandson. And do I want my grandson or granddaughter in the bathroom taking a piss next to a grown-ass full man?
Yeah, no.
And the answer to that would be no. Now, I'm not saying anything about your sexual preference. You can be who the fuck you want to be, just not around my damn granddaughter. And that's just the truth. That's just how I feel about it. I love you. As a police officer, I'll still give my life for a transgender. That don't got nothing to do with it. But I'm saying don't force your beliefs on me. All right. So transgender rights and education reform. We're not hating and we're not gay bashing or nothing like that. You can be whoever you want to be, love whoever you want to love. Love is pure, right? Love whoever you want to love. I love you, son.
No.
I love you, son. Get over here. Give me a hug. Oh, I love the boy. All right. Economic policies, including no tax on overtime. So y'all talk shit about Trump. Y'all talk shit about Trump. But when y'all work overtime and y'all don't got to pay taxes on that, okay, you don't like Trump so bad? say you want to pay your taxes on your overtime then. You want taxes taken out on your overtime. Say that. Say that then. Say that. So when you work overtime and they sign this law into effect, guess what? You get 100% of your money from overtime. So let's say the average person works 40 hours a week. Let's say you work overtime and you bring home an extra $400, or let's say $500, keep it easy. You bring home an extra $500 a week in overtime. Well, now the way it is done, it's going to be taxed. So you're going to tax 30% of that $500, right? So you may bring home $300 and something, right? Under the tax law now with Trump that's going to put into place, it won't be taxed. You'll just get that $500.
Okay, all yours.
Correct. But that's the reason why they're saying right here, economic policies including no overtime taxes. So that $500 will change the lives of Americans instantly.
Okay.
So that's $500 one week, $500 next week. That's $1,000 that's $1,000 extra every 2 weeks. Right? That's $2,000 extra a month. That's most people's rent right there. My question has always been, why didn't Democrats think about that? I'm just saying. Don't hate me. Hate what it is. All right. Election integrity and justice reform. We already know what that's about. Number 3, Trump's potential. Well, it ain't potential. It's a win.
Wait, we gotta go to slide 3.
Oh, slide 3, producer. Jesus, what is he doing? Slipping?
Texting my boss.
Oh my God. Okay, slide 3. Trump's potential win. What's next? Implications of policy shifts, economic measures, links tax reform, social and cultural impact, potential for unity and future polarization for all. So tax reform. All right, we just talked about that. That's going to be huge for everybody that works overtime in America. Social and cultural impact. Now, a lot of people are saying that with this deportation thing, he's going to round up the armies and deport all of the illegals and all this other good stuff, right? And my stance on that has always been that I love everybody. I'll say it again. I love everybody. But I do not think that America should have to burden other countries' headaches because we're the land of the free, the home of the proud, where everybody can just go here. We're a melting pot. What do you think about that? What do you think?
I agree on that one.
But do you agree with Trump of rounding up the illegals and kicking them out?
Yeah. I mean, what else can you do?
Build the wall?
I don't know about the wall, but I agree with getting them.
Well, how else do you keep them out?
I don't know. That's why I'm not no politics. That's why I'm not the president.
What? But I'm saying it affects you as a taxpayer, because when these guys come here and they do crimes, now, God bless you if you want to come to America, but when you come here and you do crimes, we have to arrest you. We have to try you. That all costs money, arresting you, putting you in jail, taxpayers' dollars, rooming and housing, feeding you, bringing you back and forth to court. If you're indigent, finding you an attorney, paying for the attorney. All this costs taxpayers money. So it ain't as simple as just saying, oh, well, he's just being a mean guy just because blah, 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 right? If you are here and you're working and you're a taxpayer citizen, and I love to have you here. I got so many good Spanish friends and friends from other countries that I love so much, it's not even funny. I can't even begin to tell you I love them, right? But a lot of countries are kicking people out when they do crimes there, and they're saying, as a punishment, go to the United States, get out. And they're kicking them out their country because they know we just have open borders under the Harris and the Biden regime right there. It's ridiculous. We got to do something about it. We got to have some type of border control, border security, something. We got to do something about it. Slide forward. And we got to hurry up. So we got to go a little bit more faster because time is ticking away.
Okay, slide forward. Finding common ground. Areas of agreement, economic stabilities, public safety, education. What is
bipartisan?
Bipartisan achievements as examples.
You know what that is? No. Bipartisan. So both the Republicans and the Democrats. Okay, so we got to have someone. First off, both of them have got to come to a middle, and we got to think about America first, in my opinion. All right, a lot of this here is that the Republicans have an agenda, the Democrats have an agenda. What most people don't realize is back in the 1860s and stuff like that, the Republicans are the ones who fought to free the slaves. Did you know that? The Republicans are the ones who fought to free the slaves.
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay, and I would show you something, but I forgot to send it to the producers to put it on the show. The State of Jones is what the movie is called. The State of Jones is what the movie's called, I believe. Watch it. Watch it. I seen it a couple days ago, The State of Jones. and it talks about all of these black Republicans who legit were fighting to free the slaves under the Republican Party. The Democrats wanted to keep slavery going. All right? And everybody's losing their lives on the Republicans fighting for the blacks and to free the slaves. Right? So it's a difference, and it's amazing now how it's totally flipped. Now you got Republicans that are supposed to be the bad people and the Democrats that are supposed to be the good people. And I don't buy that one bit, because it's about values, right? And this is what this is talking about, being bipartisan to achieve America rights, freedom. What's best for America, right? That's what it's about. The Democrats may have a point, Republicans may have a point, but what's best for America? Okay, number 5.
Slide 5, fostering dialogue and unity. Strategies, encouraging civil disclosure. Hosting bipartisan community
forums.
Community forums and leveraging media for balanced narratives.
That guy has a mic.
Yeah, so let me read it for you guys again if you guys didn't hear that. So our producers was charming in, just blurting it out, right? Fostering dialogue and unity. Strategies, encouraging civil discourse, hosting bipartisan community forums, leveraging media for balanced narrative. Now, this is important. Hosting bipartisan community forums. It ain't to the Republicans, it ain't to the Democrats. It's about what's best for Americans. That's all. Rich, poor, everything. Black, white, Spanish, Chinese, everything, right? Leveraging media for bipartisan narratives. What do you think they got that in here for? Either one of you.
Wait, read it again.
Leveraging media for balanced narrative.
Okay, so they're doing they're leveraging the media. So with this is exactly what it's saying. They're leveraging the media. So they're making sure people get the right information from the media.
Well, almost. So Fox 5 is going to basically be your Republican news channel. MSNBC, stuff like that, is going to sort of be for your Democrats and stuff like that. So they're saying leveraging media for a balanced narrative. So you don't lean too far to Republicans' views, you don't lean too far from Democratic views, and giving the people what it is. Giving the people what it is, straight up and down, right? That's what that means there. Number 6, the state of policing today. Reforming justice, policing, and public safety. Public trust in law enforcement statistics. Challenges, accountabilities, recruitment, and public perception. Now, we've talked about all of these 3 before. Accountability for policing, recruiting for policing, and public perception of policing.
I think that was 2 weeks ago, too.
That was a couple of weeks ago that we talked about that. All right. If you don't have a fair and balance with that, you're going to still get either, it could be both ways, your racist white cop or your racist black cop, right? It could go 2 ways, right? But if you have accountability, recruitment, and public perception, as far as on these hearing boards, hiring boards, and stuff like that, it balances the leveraging field right there. Okay? It balances the leveraging field. And this is how we stop this nonsense. Number 7.
Slide 7. The role of Georgia law, otherwise known as OCGA. Relevant codes. The OCGA, I'm at 17-4-20, use of force by law enforcement. The OCGA 16-3-21, justification for use of force. And the OCGA 35-8-7, officer certifications and training.
Okay.
How these?
Go ahead.
How these laws shape policing, and practices and reforms.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about this for just a second. This is very important. 3 different sections here, people. OCGA 17-4-20. This is what gives us as police the authority to use force. It doesn't say deadly force. It says to use force, right? The use of force by law enforcement. 17-4-20. It's administrative code. That gives us the authority to use force. Okay? That's what gives us the authority. Remember I told you, when you see 16 section, that's going to always be your criminal. That's always criminal. So 16-321 is the justification for the use of force. That's what's justifying us actually pulling the trigger or having to hit you or tase you or something like that. Okay? That's so it makes it not a criminal act when you do it under this section. If you're following 17-4-20 and then OCGA 16-3-21, that's the justification of use of force. And then what the sort of like almost like the legislative body around it, the certification for it is for when we go to the police academy to get trained by it is 35-8-7, which is officer certifications and training.
This is his first time coming across the show.
Oh, okay. Bring that up. What does that say, son?
Just came across your show and then he said, man, you're doing a great.
What's it? What was that? Okay, man, you're doing a great job. 1,000. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much. You got to the right place, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much. So we do it to educate the public, and it's important because you got to know your rights with dealing with the police. When to talk and learn when to shut the hell up. Sometime when you're dealing with cops, and vice versa. Cops dealing with community stuff too. Okay. All right. Good job. Okay. Slide number 8. Building trust through engagement. Effective strategy. Now, this is how we're going to build trust through engagement. And a lot of my cops used to not like this, but body cameras and transparency. Listen, it used to take all day to get to when a police officer has a shooting or something like that. It would take months and months and months and months on end of investigation, all this other shit. Now we got body cameras. We can get right to the point. If the officer's right, he's right. If the officer's wrong, he's wrong. If it's inconclusive, like we see in this video that we just seen, then it's just fucking inconclusive, right? But being transparent to the public is premier, primal. Mwah. We have to do that. If we lose the trust of the community, we've lost trust. Body cameras are very important. Cops used to not like body cameras. I say what I do on body cameras is the same thing I would do if I didn't have a fucking body camera on. I'm going to talk to you the same way. I'm going to treat you the same way. It's just that simple. That's just me. That's how I do. That's how I do it. Right? Community policing initiatives. Getting out to the community, talking to them. This show right here, Ask a Cop show. This is a part of community engagement and initiative right there. Okay? What does that say, son?
Enjoying your show, guys.
Thank you so much. E.g., citizen boards, sitting on citizen boards, use of force boards and stuff like that. It's all part of interacting with the community. We're not trying to hide anything. If a cop shoots someone and is justified, then they just got their ass shot. If they shoot someone and they illegally shoot someone, then that cop's going to be roasted. It's just that simple. The law is the law. There's no more cover-up. Okay? Youth programs and ride-along opportunities. I suggest everybody go out and do a ride-along with your local police department. Go out and do a ride-along with your local police department, okay? And see real life what goes on. Okay? Slide 9. We're almost done here. Stay with me.
Slide 9. Reforming justice through media. Discuss the role of platforms like Ask a Cop podcast and shaping public perception. Highlight the importance of accurate media coverage and
fostering trust.
Trust.
Right. So again, we're right back to this reforming justice through media, right here. Shows like this is very important. I don't know of another show where you're going to get a cop that's going to talk straight to you and just tell you how it is. I'm not buttering it over. I'm not sugarcoating it. I ain't doing none of that. You want the Ask a Cop show, you're going to get raw intelligence just like we get it. If the cop's right, he's right. I don't care if he's black, white, purple, green, yellow. If he's wrong, he's wrong. White, black, purple, green, yellow. It just is what it is. You may have a different opinion of me, and that's okay. All right? But I'm going to always stand by what our OCGA code section says and what the law allows us to do. And that's the difference. That's the important difference on us. What the law allows us to do. We can't skirt the law, because the problem with going around the law is then you start to bend it just a little bit, right? And then when you bend it, but you're not breaking it, but you're just bending it a little bit. And then, okay, now you're bending it here, and then you're bending it here. Okay, where does this stop? Where does this go? Okay, do we bend it when you start taking drug money? Do we look the other way when you hit someone in the face and call them the N-word? When does it stop? That's why I say, if we just take our emotions out of it and follow the law, we'll be just fine. Good, bad, or indifferent. We have to think of, when you're involved in officer use of force situation, of what that frame that officer is in at that second. Not what happened after, not what happened before. At that second when the incident happened, right there, what happened then? And that's what we have to judge off of, right? Okay. All right. So slide 10. Common things between political and justice reform: bridging the divide through action, shared principles, transparency, accountability. Notice something. You're going to see the same verbiage in everything that we do here. Look, transparency, accountability, collaboration. These are all things as far as community trust brand building goes. How addressing these can lead to a broader social unity. When we have all that and no one's hiding anything, yes, we may not agree. You may have a different viewpoint. I may have a different viewpoint. But guess what? At least like now, we're having open dialogue. We've tried rioting. We've tried shit talking. We've tried pointing the finger. Let's try communicating. And maybe, just maybe, we can get somewhere. This is why this show is so important. Okay? Okay. Slide 11. Oh, I'm glad you got a chance to do that, son.
Okay, slide 11. Solutions for unity and safety. Policies to support economic equality. No overtime on tax. Police reform
Let's see, police reform initiatives.
Oh, initiatives like mental
and activities,
health training,
right?
And independent oversight, encouraging bipartisan support for justice reform.
That's right. Right. So the initiatives like mental health training and independent oversights of that.
Oh wait, you probably address what they said.
Bring that up, please. Our producer must be asleep. I like that part. You made a point. Which part, FARQ? Which part are you talking about? Yep. I want to know what part you talk about, FARQ, because I love when FARQ's on here. So when you're talking about policing reform initiatives and mental health training, there's a couple things. I look at it as two-part things. Mental health training for police officers who are involved in use of force situations like the video that we just seen, that this guy's got to live with for the rest of his life knowing that he shot the wrong person. And then mental health training for police officers for on-the-job training also, right? So there is a on-the-job training preparedness for this, and then there's an incident. When an incident happens, mental health preparedness for officers after that. Because believe me when I tell you, I've been involved in use of force situations where we've had to use firearms, and it is a struggle afterwards. No one just wants to fucking shoot anybody, for God's sakes. Come on. Nobody wants to do that, right? Okay, so slide 13. And it's going to go to your call to actions. Number one, encourage, and I'm going to always encourage participation from community initiatives and forums like this here, all right? Because this gives you a chance to vent your side. This gives us a chance to explain it if we can. And if we can't explain it, say there's no explanation for that. We don't know why this officer shot, and he's dead fucking wrong, and he needs to be prosecuted, right? Promote civil discord and respect for differing viewpoints. You have your opinion, I have my opinion. Let's see where we come together, meet in the middle, and what do we do about this thing? How do we live together? Support reform that prioritizes fairness and equality. It can't just be Republican. It can't just be Democrat. It can't just be black. It can't just be white. It can't just be Chinese. It can't just be Spanish. It can't just be green. It can't just be yellow. It has to be an everybody thing. Once we get over that hump of it, we will be a super nation in. And we're there. We have it. It's in our bloodline, right? Love each other. Learn how to respect each other. Yeah, we may not look the same. We may not talk the same lingo. You may have long hair and dreads. I may have short hair or bald head and gray.
Yeah, we
Lost connection. Okay. All right, here we go. We're back.
Yeah,
So again, we have to learn to respect each other. And that's all I'm trying to say with this. And this is the whole reason why we do our show. This is the reason why we're so hell-bent on doing our show, people. And so with that, I would like to thank my dear son, Dylan. Would you like to give any shout outs, any social media things or anything like that?
No, none of that.
No, you don't want people to be able to contact you?
I'm ready to go to sleep.
Oh my God.
Some of us got to duck the door.
Oh my God, I got to hear this stuff here. Well, I appreciate you coming on, young man. I'm very proud of you. I hope your other brothers and sisters is watching. And I hope they're saying, man, I wish Dad would have invited me to come on and share right now. But I appreciate you coming on.
You should do a kid every week.
I'm thinking about it. Because this is what this show is for you guys out there. And it's for the adults also, but it's mainly for the youth to let them know that, hey, guess what? All cops aren't bad. All cops are not assholes. All cops are not insensitive and stuff like that. And we do want to know what our youth thinks. We want our youth to reciprocate that and know what we're thinking also. But again, we've come to another end of the Ask a Cop show. And I want to thank you, our viewers, for tuning in with us. And I want to thank Dylan for tuning in with us. I'd like to thank our producers and our sponsors at Tallman over at Tallman Pools for supporting the show and financially supporting us and stuff like that. Remember, people, love each other, respect each other, be kind to each other, because we're it. This is it on this universe. That's all we got. And we're going to have to learn to get together and to love each other. Until next Thursday at 8 o'clock, people, love each other and be kind to each other. And we are out. Peace. Have a good night. Hey, show's not over with yet. No, really.